What up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel. Here we are in Eccles on the east bank of Demerara. We're looking at block EE in Eccles. That is one of the newer neighborhoods, right? This is Flamingo Avenue, block EE in Eccles. And we're looking at how this neighborhood is being completed. Like I said, 10 years ago, this neighborhood was just being constructed. All of these homes here, for example, is one example of what it looks like. This is what these homes looked like 10 years ago. Some of them were just being constructed. The streets were muddy and unpaved, and now they're being completed. And I want to show you what you can expect of some of those newer neighborhoods that we showed in that video about new neighborhoods in Providence where the streets are unpaved. So as time goes by, those neighborhoods get completed, the streets get paved, and the houses get completed. They will become more and more like this neighborhood in Eccles, which is where those neighborhoods are where this was 10 years ago. We have a lot of houses in the process of construction, incomplete. Hibiscus Court. So now this neighborhood has street names. Hibiscus Court. There's still some vacant lots, which means that people have not yet completed the construction on their plots of land, but others have. And I suppose over time, as this neighborhood matures, all of these house lots will be built out. Now, I did observe that the lack of planning in some of these neighborhoods still shows. For example, there's no playgrounds, no recreational facilities, no shopping center, no police station, school, hospital, and so on. Because if you plan a neighborhood, then at least you'd reserve land to build those facilities, those community facilities that everyone uses, everyone needs, but they're not here yet. And that's kind of that's a deficit in planning. But still, it's a livable neighborhood, as they put in what are basic infrastructure like water and electricity, telephone and internet, right? Because some of these neighborhoods still haven't received fiber optic connectivity. But of course, a lot of that development is coming and maybe is arriving now with increasing competition in the communication space. You have Digicel, E-Networks, now called E-Net, GT&T, and so on, working to build internet infrastructure in this neighborhood. It's Marigold Court, that's called. Pigeons on the roof. But this is what it looks like eventually when it's completed. This being one of the further along developed, in other words, further along in its phase of development than a lot of the newer communities here on the east bank of Demerara. This one is Falcon Drive. There is a large fenced in lot which would probably be good for a community center or some kind of recreational facility, recreational park. However, we don't yet know if that's what is going to be built here. Somebody seems to be putting up a pavilion at the other end. Some kind of structure. It might be a pavilion. So maybe this is going to be some kind of a pitch. But here guys, this is what the neighborhood in Eccles looks like now after years of development, probably a decade. As you can see, some of the homes are interesting architecture from North America, hopefully adapted to Guyana. This one says Supari Street in Flamingo Drive. Right, some of the homes are adapting what is distinctly North American architecture, while others have kind of adapted traditional Guyanese architecture, merely using concrete to replace what would be traditionally wood construction. And this one even uses jalousies. That's the wooden windows that are popular on colonial architecture. So this one seems to have adopted, and there's a vacant land lot. And another one on the construction, or two of them still on the construction. But this is what Eccles looks like in 2023 as we get back to the main road and we complete this loop. Right, gives you fair sample of what this neighborhood looks like now. This one says Right Care Pharmacy. Sunflower Court. Right, that's Sunflower Court here in Eccles. This building is still on the construction. You can see it's more of a modern building, modern architecture, kind of a townhome next to a vacant lot. And on the other hand, on the other side, here is a large block and another block. Right, so this is Eccles in 2023. Give you that sample. This one seems to have a huge wall on the construction.
Distance 6 miles. Duration 1 hour 48 minutes. Pace 21 minutes 9 seconds per mile. 927 kilocalories burned.
So guys, this is what Eccles looks like in 2023. And the point, as we come back to Cacique Drive, and to where we started, right, this is almost where we started. The point of this discussion or this exploration is to show you what this neighborhood looks like now that it's been completed or close to being completed, and what you can expect those other newer neighborhoods to look like once they have reached this state of completion. All right, so you kind of have to imagine, and if you're thinking of building, coming back to build, well, this is what people who are returning to Guyana are building in Eccles and other places. We've seen some places along the east coast where these new buildings are being constructed, in the architecture, the possibilities of the architectural designs that are being adopted. So that gives you an idea of what you can expect if you choose to return, if you choose to solve the inflation problem in North America with houses. I think now houses today are about 10 times more expensive than they were 50 years ago, and even 20 years ago they were at least 4 times as expensive, 3 to 4 times more expensive than they were in the 1990s. And you can solve that problem by returning to build in Guyana, and this is the kind of thing that people are building when they come back. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in Eccles, in Guyana, one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Later!